They say there's a first time for everything. Irish versus Hogs, oh yeah, there's a first time for that.
Notre Dame at Arkansas on ABC.
And for the 76,000 Razorbacks, an experience like no other. This is why you come to Arkansas. It's what you live for, it's what you grind for.
Touchdown, Arkansas, Raylan Sharp.
This is why you put in the blood, sweat, and tears. It's moments like these when you prove what you're made of.
Michael Washington, 53 yards.
Built on work and driven by each other.
Touchdown, Arkansas. Rohan Jones all by himself.
Whatever it takes for 60 minutes.
Leaps over a man. Russell run into the end zone. Touchdown, Arkansas.
Hey Razorback fans, and welcome into another edition of our Woo Pig pregame show. I am Tera Talmadge. We've got Quinn Grovey here. We are back in Razorback Stadium. Quinn, this is one of the most exciting matchups of the season. I know a lot of fans have been looking forward to this one. A storied program is coming to Fayetteville. We've got a matchup with Notre Dame. The first time ever that these two programs have played each other.
Yeah, I think it's going to be really cool. I mean, when you see those gold helmets come in, I mean, it's just like tradition. It's history. It's one of those things when you think about Newt Rockne, you think about Touchdown Jesus, you think about all those things, and to be able to have them in Razorback Stadium, probably the other biggest game like that would be when USC came to town. Reggie Bush, Matt Leinart, and all that. And so it's good to be able to have this opportunity. But I think the bigger thing for Arkansas is you got an opportunity to be a nationally known program on national TV in your backyard to go ahead and right the ship.
Yeah, absolutely. A win against Notre Dame would do a lot of things for this Arkansas team because, as he kind of hinted at, Quinn, Razorback fans have seen the last two games, and it's disappointing ways to end those two games. So it's all about kind of getting back on track and getting that respect back for this team now.
Well, I totally agree with that. And I look at those last two games. Again, it's easy for me to say, regardless of everything that took place, you still had an opportunity to win the football game. So I will never lose sight of that. Now, Ole Miss, you're an underdog. You're on the road. You give me that scenario, I'll take it all the time. Memphis, a little bit different because you're up 28-10. You want to close them out. You want to make sure you do what you need to do, but we let them get back in the football game.
Yeah.
Even after that, you still had a chance to win the football game. So it's really about being disciplined and making sure you're making the right plays, no turnovers, not taking sacks, those types of things, making tackles. I mean, just the easy things that you have to do, and you would have an opportunity to win that football game. Those things will have to carry over to Notre Dame as well. They got great running backs. They got a solid quarterback. They got good players on the outside. Our defense is going to have a huge challenge, but when you got an offense with Taylor Green and company, if you can just steal a couple possessions, you're in a good spot.
Yeah, it's a big challenge for the Razorbacks, but it's an exciting one as well for this team, Q. And we had the chance to talk with Arkansas tight end Rohan Jones earlier this week about the matchup with Notre Dame. Here's what he had to say.
I think as a team, we just agreed to just keep striving forward, keep moving forward, because you can't let those minor setbacks push you back. I think we're all in the right headspace from the coaches down to the players, and I think we're all just really excited to show what we can do because even though we fell short these past 2 weeks, we've been putting a lot of good stuff on film, a lot of explosive plays, good plays by the defense. So I think we just got to keep taking that step forward and be able to finish games a little bit better. But I think we're excited for this week, and I think everything we want is still in front of us.
You got Notre Dame coming to town, and what do you see from Notre Dame, and what do you think we're going to have to do well to come out of there with a W?
I don't think we need to change anything. Just keep doing what we do and stick to what we do on offense and stick to what we do on defense. But they're a hardworking team. They play hard, they play confident, they play physical. So I think just match their intensity, but not get too involved in the mind games and all whatever they want to do after the play, before the play. I think we just need to stick to what we do and just run the ball, pass the ball, and everything's going to be good.
Biggest takeaway right there, like Rohan said, everything they want is still ahead of them, Q.
It really is. And, there's so much that goes on. I mean, when you're in a state like Arkansas, there's just everybody hangs on every win and every loss. But really and truly, you played a number 10 team in the SEC to a one-score game, had a chance to win the football game. That's your only SEC loss.
Yeah.
And so now I know you didn't want to lose to Memphis, but at the end of the day, if you can win this Notre Dame game, take a break, relax, and then really start the bulk of your SEC schedule, you're in a good spot.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, there's going to be a lot of teams that are going to have more than one loss in the SEC. And so if you can get past that, I just think that the mindset, the paradigm shift in your mind, if you beat Notre Dame, is really going to really start the course for a new season, and it can be exciting.
That mindset coming into this one is definitely going to be key for this matchup with Notre Dame. We had Sam Pitman talking on the radio show earlier this week over at the Catfish Hole. And here's what he had to say about his team's mindset heading into this matchup.
You can feel the intensity in the air. I mean, you can feel it. And, you know, the only way you can get your respect back is, you know, go after a team like Notre Dame and do well. And we certainly have practice that way. But you can feel it in our building, the sense of urgency about this game. You know, this game was supposed to be, I think, my first game as a head coach here 6 years ago. And they dropped it and we added Georgia, you know, not Georgia something, the University of Georgia. And but it's really good to have a storied program like that in our stadium. And I want them to feel SEC football and, more importantly, the state of Arkansas and the University of Arkansas crowd.
The maturity of your team, you've got older players. When adversity hits, and you talked about this, I think, after the game Saturday, that, you know, this is when you find out about who you are, the togetherness that you talked about. Are those the guys that you really call on?
It is, and anytime you have an older team, you know, you can keep the team together, you know, when all hell's breaking loose outside of the building. And so I think we've certainly done that, and it's not me keeping them together, it's the players themselves. I mean, they know they've got a good football team, and they know they're a few plays away from being 4-0 instead of 2-2, but they also know that they have a team that can go compete against Notre Dame and anybody, and that's winning the battle, because if you don't believe that, then that's whenever you have no chance.
I love what Coach Pitman had to say there about this team and their mindset. You know, you've got to get that respect back. You got to get the morale back, and a win over a team like this would really do that.
Oh, it will set you in the orbit nationally.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody will be. Look, I don't care how bad Notre Dame is. If they're, you know, when they've had bad seasons, they're still national headlines.
Absolutely.
And so you just really got to understand that that's a part of it. They're coming in your backyard. You win that football game, you have set your team up for a great opportunity to take a big run. So take that big swing, go at it, and look. Again, we're talking about Vegas. I'm talking about Vegas. Vegas has got this as a 3.5-point underdog for Arkansas. I'm just telling you, this game's a whole lot more closer than what the experts think. And so Vegas don't get it wrong a whole lot. And I just think that you give me a 3.5-point swing, and you give me Taylor Green. I didn't mean to rhyme or anything like that.
But you did a good job with it.
But that's an opportunity for Arkansas's football team to get a big win and then really set the course right.
And you mentioned this being kind of an off year for Notre Dame. They are 1-2 on the season right now. Close losses to Miami and Texas A&M. But you can't. I mean, this is still a good team, and it will be a test for Arkansas.
Yeah, it will be a test. And first of all, you got to get over, you know, the fact that they're going to be at that other end of the field.
Yeah.
And you see those helmets and stuff like that. I mean, it can really play with you emotionally in regards to that. But you just got to understand that we're going to go out. If we do what we need to do, we're going to be in a good spot. But Notre Dame defensively is struggling. They're absolutely struggling. They hadn't provided any type of pressure. They hadn't provided any type of tackles for loss. If you can't do that against Taylor Green, you're in trouble. And so I feel like Arkansas will be able to run the football at a high clip with Mike Washington and Taylor Green doing a lot of different things. I just think that this offense is going to have an easy time. Easy is not the word, but they're going to have a time to be able to get what they want offensively against Notre Dame's defensively, just simply because they have struggled. If you give up 300 yards passing to Purdue, and you give up 300 passing yards to Miami, that's a problem. If you give up 41 points to Texas A&M, that's a problem defensively. I can promise you our offense is better than all three of those offenses. So I just think we'll have an opportunity to do that. On the flip side, Defensively, you've got to find a way to get a stop. How do you get off the field? And that's what we've dealt with this entire time. So if you can find a way to steal a couple of possessions, give the football back to Arkansas, then I think you have a chance to win this football game.
Yeah, you mentioned that defense. It was pretty much the largest talking point in Marcus Freeman's press conference earlier this week, because they know that Taylor Green, with the way that defense has been playing, he's got some big opportunities to make some explosive plays happen for the Razorbacks. So here's what he had to say about Taylor Green and how his defense is preparing for him.
He, in the run game, his ability to read and pull it, like, you got to be definitive in how you want to defend that. You can't be gray. You got to be definitive on how you want to defend that. But in the pass game, you can't let him escape vertically. Like, that's where our issues were with the A&M quarterback, even last week. It's not the lateral escape, it's the vertical through the B gap. Then lateral, you can extend plays or he can run. That's where the issues are. So we have to be technical sound in our rush lanes, right? But I don't want to play spy. I think we got into a little bit of too cautious versus A&M, where we're trying to play spy and we're not being aggressive. And then maybe versus Purdue, there's too many times maybe we're behind the quarterback and he escapes in the B gap. So it's obviously a good mixture of both, but we can't let him get vertical in the pass game and extend plays with his legs, because it's going to be an issue. I wish we can say we can just do one thing and we're going to impact them and affect him, but you're going to have to do multiple different things. They're the top 5 offense in the country for a reason, and so we got to continue to show different things, play different things. When you play zone coverage, you can't just tell them exactly what you're playing pre-snap either, right? And that's the other thing we got to continue to enhance at. It's hard to do with new players, right? With guys that haven't played a whole bunch, of being able to say, okay, this is what we want you to do in the coverage, but we also want you to show this pre-snap, and it just takes time. It's going to take work to get them to understand that. But we're not going to be able to just rush him with 4, and we're not going to be able to just bring 5 or 6 guys after him. We have to mix it up and also mix up our pre-snaps disguises.
A lot of respect that Marcus Freeman has for Taylor Green, Quinn.
Well, Marcus Freeman is a defensive guy. He understands what keeps defensive coordinators up at night. And when you got it like Taylor Green, he can do that to you. Now, where Taylor Green gets you, he gets you at the beginning of the week. You know that, like, okay, we have to start game planning, okay? And I love what he talked about. Do you spy? Do you blitz him?
Yep.
Do you do a lot of different things? Because you have to think about all those things. But can you execute all that and really try to confuse him? That's one thing we'll have to find out. But here's what I'll say. If you spy him, you take somebody out of the box in the run game, which is going to allow Mike Washington to have a better opportunity. If you bring pressure and you don't get him, 70 yards down the sideline, because he is a guy that can take it to the house really, really quickly. So the thing about it is, whatever Marcus Freeman decides to do, it better be successful, because if it's not, then somebody from an Arkansas perspective is going to have a great game. Taylor Green is the linchpin for everything that Arkansas does. I think he needs to have a monster game.
Yep.
I think he can go 300 passing, another 100-yard rushing game. And if he does that, that just opens up everything else in Arkansas's offense, which is going to give Marcus Freeman a whole lot of problems on that sideline.
Yeah, seeing him light it up in here would definitely get the crowd into it, too, being their first home game back in a few weeks. So I'm excited for this game, Quinn. Let's get to your keys to the game.
Well, it's very simple for me. Arkansas struggled in the second half versus Memphis. Only 3 points. That's very rare for a Bobby Petrino offense, a Taylor Green offense. They've got to find a way to continue to get that confidence back. So it's a situation where if Taylor's not seeing things clearly, I think Bobby's got to say, let's rely on this offensive line and this run game. Because in the second half, he had a couple of picks, and those turnovers really cost Arkansas.
Yeah.
So just Taylor is going to be in the right mind frame. So I just think that getting that confidence back offensively, going back to the mindset of we're scoring every single possession, if you can do that, then this Arkansas offense is going to be in a good spot. I just don't think Notre Dame has an opportunity to stop this offense in any kind of way. But then defensively, I'm just saying just do one thing better. If you do one thing better, there's a lot of things that have taken place with this defense that we've given up some stuff.
Yeah.
But if you just tackle, if you tackle like Zaven Sori, you get him in the backfield, let's tackle. But here's the deal. We talk about that. You got to have game tackling. You got to have all 11 guys running to the football, not thinking, okay, Sori's over there, he's going to make the tackle. And then, oh, he didn't make the tackle, now he's going down the sideline. You got to have everybody really trying to get in on every single play. If they will just tackle as a team, I think that you will be in a better spot. But you will have to do it because Jeremiah Love is a much better back than Sutton Smith.
Yeah, we want to see that hustle from the guys. We want to see, not giving up at all in this game. And I think that this is a great opportunity for them to get that respect back like we talked about. 11 a.m. kickoff on ABC, Arkansas and Notre Dame. And then, Quinn, we've got a bye week.
Yeah.
So we will not have another Woo Pig pregame show next week, but I hope everyone enjoys that little break, everyone gets a reset, and then, of course, we'll be back the next week. But for Quinn Grovey, I am Tera Talmadge. Everyone, thank you so much for watching our pregame show on Hogs Plus.